Good evening. I'm Carmilla Lemons, and this is my persuasive speech and oral communications with Professor O'Neill. My topic is: should we replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day? Slave captivity, murder, beheading children, rape, mass extermination of the indigenous people. And this behavior earned Columbus a holiday. Hitler Day would never make the cut, so why should Columbus? The brutality of Columbus has long been overlooked and hidden in America's educational system. And I feel as though it should be just as commonplace with the truth as it is with the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, because you know that's all they taught us in school. And I quote this from Daily KOS Liberation League from the Action Network. It is past time to stop celebrating the genocide and erasure of Native American peoples and brutal theft of their lands. Christopher Columbus is not a hero. He terrorized and enslaved people and set off a course of oppression which still reverberates to this day. And another quote from KOS Liberation League. More communities across the country are choosing to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day in lieu of Columbus Day. Indigenous Peoples Day honors the history and culture of Native American people as well as recognizes the power and importance of their voices in shaping culture and policy today. The acts of Columbus against the indigenous were horrific and they don't constitute a celebratory holiday. Now let's take a closer look at why we still celebrate Columbus. The United States government continues to honor Columbus with this federal holiday. We continue to lie to our children and tell them that Columbus was a hero. And the U.S. government is perpetuating the fantasy of who Columbus was and ignoring the plight of the indigenous people and poisoning the minds of children and adults who are unaware of his actions. Currently, how are we able to start rectifying the wrongs of the past? Now, the most viable solution is for the three branches of government to take action and pass these long overdue legislations. And people must stand up and call on the government to recognize the many petitions and calls to action to cancel Columbus Day. Here's a quote from Antonella Rose Perez Safante from change.org. Not only should Columbus Day be removed as a federal holiday, but it should be replaced to observe Indigenous Peoples Day so our younger generations can be taught in school how to respect Native groups and people and preserve their history and lands. Now, currently, today's cancel culture in society, people have been canceled for much less. They've been demoted, downgraded, and all of those other things. And I think it's high time that Columbus be canceled. And none of the atrocities committed by Columbus are up for debate. He kept a personalized journal with in-depth entries of all of his days sailing back and forth to the islands, which wasn't exactly America, but the islands below America. And he kept a detailed journal of all of those events. Now it is finally time to set the record straight. We can finally recognize the Native Indigenous people and their struggles and recognize Columbus for the terrorist that he was. Continuing to celebrate genocide and brutality, it's only going to perpetuate more genocide and brutality. Take action. Be the change. Visit actionnetwork.org and change.org to sign the petitions now. Share the petitions on social media using the hashtag Cancel Columbus. And I put the links to those two petitions to be signed. One has over 250,000 signatures. The other has a little less, but it's requiring a little less. As I conclude, I ask you to take a few minutes out of your day to donate your time for change. Let us act now so the future generations can know the truth. They can be enlightened. And the acts of Columbus against the indigenous people, they were horrific in nature, and his deeds do not constitute a celebratory holiday. Let us be the change that we want to see. Thank you.